Hey everybody, it's Jen here, and I'm a Paparazzi Accessories independent consultant. My consultant ID number is 83957, and I have been selling paparazzi jewelry since June 2017. So this video today I wanted to make for anybody who is currently a consultant or anybody who is looking to be a consultant. I wanted to talk about what happens when you start growing your inventory and you need to find a way to track how many pieces you have, like how many gold pieces you have, how many rings you have. I have a great way to track that, and it is using Square. And if you've never used Square, it's basically a place where you can invoice your customers, you can track your items, you can even set up a Square store. You can do everything in besides like doing shipping labels and stuff, but it'll track all your sales, it'll track the categories of your sales. So I can go into my Square app on my phone and know how many bracelets I sold last year or last month or last week. I can see how many gold pieces I sold. It tracks everything and I love it. And I've used it since day one of me being a consultant. And if you would like to sign up with Square, down in the description I do have my referral link that will give you $1,000 in free processing, or it will give you 6 months of free processing. So that's a really good incentive that Square does, because if you have anybody sign up under your code, you also get the free processing. So there's a lot of people that use Square that never ever pay processing fees. Before I talk to you about how I keep my inventory, I want to say first off say that this process is not for everybody. If you do have a large inventory currently and you do not track it, it will take quite some time for you to build it up and enter everything into the system. But I do feel that the benefits outweigh the cost of your time, if that makes sense. I get so many more benefits out of it because I can go in there and say, how many rose gold pieces do I have? And when I go and order on the website, I can know that I'm running low on rose gold pieces and I need to stock up on them. But I just wanted to say that this is not for everybody. And if you've watched this video and you realize like it's not for you, then that's fine. There are other ways that you can track your inventory. This is just the best way that I found in almost the 2 years that I've been a consultant. When I get a new order, I open my box, and every paparazzi piece that you order has a barcode on the bag. So what I do is I cut out the barcode and I tape it to the back of the card that the earrings, necklace, bracelet, whatsoever comes on. And one thing with paparazzi, you cannot cover where it says paparazzi accessories and not intended for 14 years, or intended for 14 years and up. I'm reading it backwards on the camera, sorry. You cannot block that when you sell it to your customers. So I take this off and discard it before I send it to my customer or before I put it in their like bag. But if they're shopping, it's not covered because you can lift it up. So if they come into my in-home boutique and they're looking at this, technically this is not covered because they can still read it. But I do take this off before I send it to them. I just wanted to make that clear. We will be using this piece, Spellbinding Sparkle, as an example today. So what I do is when I get my piece, I open up the bag, I cut out the tag, and I put it on the back of the card. Now what I did do for the first year and a half, every single piece that I got in my order, I would sit there and cut out every tag. If I got, of these Spellbinding Sparkles, if I ordered 10 of them, I would cut out the tag for all 10 of them to make sure they all had a tag. And then I realized that for me personally, that was a lot of extra work. A lot of people may need to have a tag on every individual piece, but then I realized I didn't need it because I keep all my pieces together. So like if I have 3 of these orange necklaces right here, they are all on the same hook and they stay together. Now if I do where I have bins behind my camera, I have bins of my extra stock, the pieces always stay together. So I realized that if I only put the tag on one of them, it works just as well for me. But you personally may need a tag on every one of them. After I cut out the piece, the UPC, the barcode, and I tape it to all my pieces, I then go onto Square and I will show you images of my computer screen that I capture of me inputting the piece. And then I bought this barcode scanner on Amazon, and the link is in the description. I love this process for the simple fact is On the front end, there's a little bit more work, but it saves you so much work when you do invoicing. For example, this is a Bluetooth UPC barcode scanner. And what I do is I link it to my phone where the Square app is. You can Bluetooth it to your computer. You can Bluetooth it to whatever device has Bluetooth. And let's say this person's cart, they purchased that spellbinding sparkle. When I go to invoice, you create an invoice, and all you have to do is take your barcode scanner and scan the pieces in. So if the person bought 10 pieces, you just literally barcode, scan them all in, and you have your invoice done, ready to send to your customer in half the time. And my customers love that they actually get the name of the piece that they ordered. So on their invoice, it will say whatever you title it as. So Spellbinding Sparkle, and I will show you this in the clip in a second. Spellbinding Sparkle White Blockbuster. Now, I would not call this a blockbuster. I would call it Spellbinding Sparkle White Necklace. Right now, I will cut to the clip of me explaining how to input the pieces into Square.
We are on Square. This is the home screen that you get when you log in. And then in the menu here, there are the different icons. So you click on items. And then you go to create an item in the top right corner. And now what we're going to do is we're going to input Spellbinding Sparkle. And I already have it in my inventory, but we're going to import it anyways. And that's one of the blockbusters that recently came out. So the first thing I do is I go here and I hit edit, and then you add the image. So you already have the image on your computer. And typically with the necklaces, I like to pick the one where there's no model, where it's just the white background. So you drag and drop the image in there. And now something with Square, you will notice that it takes the image and it makes the image a square, no pun intended, but it makes the image a square. So sometimes it cuts off the longer necklaces. If you do have a Square store, that makes it kind of difficult for the customers to see the whole necklace. But a lot of my customers just go in there anyways and go to Google, and then they search the name, because you have the name in here, they can search it and find all the images. So a lot of my customers don't mind that. So you have the image in there, then you go here and you type the name, Spellbinding Sparkle. Okay, and then how I name my items is I do a dash, and then I name it as the color category, so it's white, if I could spell, and then necklace. I always put if it's a necklace, earrings, bracelet, and I'll show you why you do this in a second. So come to the category, and I select it's in the white category. Then you go here and you put $5, and all you have to do is put the 5, because when you click off of it, it auto-populates the $5. Then you want to input your stock. So you do want to track how many pieces you have. So you click that you want to track it, select the reason that you're updating the stock, and you have all these different categories that you can select. So if you just received your order, you would hit stock received. And let's say I have 10 of these items, so you put in 10, and it'll tell you right here you have 0 plus 10. So 0 was the beginning of the inventory. So if you go here and you have 10, you can do a recount. So if you had 10 and then you want to do like 12, see, it'll tell you right here you previously had 0. Or if you want to do that one was damaged, and you want to say that 1 was damaged, you can see that it says right here you had 0 to begin with and 1 is damaged, so you're updating it to -1. So let's say I had 10. We're going to say that we received 10 in our order, and you hit done. And then you go in here and you hit save. I'm not going to hit save because I already have this in my inventory. So we'll just discard the changes. But if you go through here, I keep everything in my inventory that I sell. So the stock will still say 0 if I have no stock in it. And then how you update the categories, you go to the categories on the left-hand side, hit create a category, and then literally you can name it whatever you want, and then save. Now what I do is I have the categories for all the colors. I separated the multi into multicolor and multi-metal. And then I go into the item library, and you'll see why I call things the name of the item and then red ring, or green earrings or gold necklace, because if I'm looking for like to do an order on Paparazzi and then I want to say, how many like gold rings do I have? I can literally write in here gold ring and hit enter, and now all my gold rings. Now this will populate rose gold too because it has the gold in it. But that's the only thing that you have problems with. But if you want to know like how many black earrings you have, you can literally type black earrings and every black pair of earrings you have will populate up. Or if you are looking for a specific bracelet, so we're looking for spellbinding or necklace, spellbinding sparkle. If I could spell. See, you have spellbinding sparkle right here, white necklace. It says I have 4 currently in stock and the category is white. So I hope that helps you on how you input your items into Square. Okay, now one thing I did forget to say in the last little clip when I was talking about Square, when you go in and you add your items, you hit create item and you go to the stock. On this screen where you're doing the tracking, you can go here and use that barcode scanner that I talked about at the beginning, and you literally scan the barcode in here. You can also do it on the main screen right here. But typically when I go through it, you get like fast as you input a lot of these things. I just do like the inventory real quick, scan it in, done, save, go to the next item.
Now I will pop in another clip of me capturing my screen on how you do the invoicing.
So I'm going to show you really quickly how to do an invoice on Square. If you would like a more in-depth video, then comment below and I'll see if I can make it. But I can't show you how to go in and start an invoice because it would show my customer information, and due to like the privacy reasons, I don't want to show their email or their name. So you go into the left corner of the Square and you literally click invoices and then click create invoice. Now I created a fake customer with the first name test, last name test, and the email with test@gmail.com. Now to start adding items to the invoice, you click add item or discount. The first thing I add to the invoice is shipping. So I type in shipping and it comes up. Then you click the trigger on the barcode scanner. The one I have, you click the trigger to connect it to the Bluetooth. Then when it connects, you take the piece that they have ordered and you scan it. And it comes up spellbinding sparkle. You select it. And then it is added to the invoice. All that's left to do is to hit send, and then your invoice is completed.
I hope that really helped explain an easy way that you can keep track of your inventory. And if you have your inventory input into Square, you can also set up a Square store, which I personally have. And you can keep track of your personal inventory and have a store that everybody can shop from. If you want to see a video on how to set up the Square store, then comment below and let me know, because I don't know if that's something you guys would be interested in. I can also make a video of that. I hope this really helped you out. This is a process. Like I said, it takes a little bit to set up in the beginning, but I feel like the time I save on knowing what I have in my stock and knowing what I have to order when I go to place an order on the Paparazzi website, knowing that and then saving time on invoicing makes the process worthwhile for me. If you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up and then subscribe below for more videos about all things paparazzi. And I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Bye, guys.